Welcome to the channel. The title of this video is Waste Management, What is the Challenge? Now, the reason I'm making this video is the fact that I've been looking at the release notes on waste management. I've watched a couple of YouTube videos, and while I'm getting the technical side, I'm not getting the feeling of the extent of the problem and how it can be fixed. So I thought what I need to do is go back to basics. So in this video, we're going to do a little bit of destructive testing. Now, by destructive testing means that we are going to switch the waste management system on here. Where is it? Waste management. We're going to enable it. Make sure it is. Yeah, we're just going to enable it. Go there. I think the game's going to reload. Okay, welcome back. The game has reloaded. We are now have waste management enabled. Although you can see some of it's blanked out because of the research. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a middle while. And what I've done is I've dropped a temporary save, because if you look up here, you see we're starting on the 24th of September 1985. Now, this video is going to consist of 3 parts. In the first part, we're just going to let the game run. We're not going to do anything. And what we're going to do is look around and see what happens with waste management enabled. And what I want to do is look at different buildings and see what types of waste is being generated, and more importantly, how quickly. So we're going to run very slowly. The second part, what we're going to do then is reload the game, and then we're going to take a look at the waste management from the perspective that of a new start, because at the moment you can see research is enabled, so we're restricted on what buildings we can play with. So what we're going to do then is see what we can put down and see what we can accomplish by in one city. I'm not going to try and manage the whole map because it's ridiculous, and because well, things will fall apart very, very quickly. And then the final part, what I'm going to do is switch off research, and then we'll see what we can do with the whole gamut of all the available buildings. So that's the current situation. Now, before I unpause, I just want to have a quick look around and just see that, make sure everything is changed. And I just want to have a quick look at the buildings. And I've got a feeling that even at normal speed, things could go wrong quite quickly. So now we've got this fixed, what we're going to do is start look around. So it looks like all apartment blocks create mixed waste. So that's the starting base for waste materials, and I assume that will apply to schools. I think I've been told that every building that has a workforce in it or people involved in it will produce waste. Now, the other thing I want to check is hospitals, because I think I've been told that hospitals produce hazardous waste. Yeah, so this hospital produces hazardous waste here. Now, if we go up to here, see, this is a water treatment plant. Yeah, that produces waste. I want to go up and look at my heavy industry now, so that we can see what's going on. Where's the heavy industry? The heavy industry is up here. Actually, water treatment plants or sewage treatment plants, do they produce waste? Because it seems a bit of a contradiction in terms. So just going to come in here. Now, so water treatment plant. Oh, that's an automated one. It doesn't have any workforce in it. Let's see if this one. Yeah, polytunnel. Oh, wow. This produces hazardous waste as well. Now, that's going to be interesting. Why would that? Oh, is that because it's got chemicals? So we're going to need to check buildings that have got chemicals in it. I presume things like this don't produce waste. That's the technical office. Right, let's just go up and look at the heavy, water treatment plant. Got workers in here, but you just produce ordinary waste. So maybe it's not chemicals. Maybe it's to do with sewage processing. If we come to here, this is a brickworks. This just produces mixed waste, and this produces mixed waste up to 64 tons. Now I have had a comment where someone said that the heavy industry produces a lot of waste very, very quickly. Power plants, okay. So we're just going to go down to, if we go down to Dark Valley, we're going to take a look at the chemical plant here. Hazardous waste, chemical plant or refinery, that produces hazardous waste as well. So it looks like anything tied with oil or chemicals produces hazardous waste. Let's have a look here. This is a plastics plant. Yep, hazardous waste again. let's have a look at the farming up here and see whether this produces anything. What I'm trying to do at the moment is just gauge what buildings actually put out. Oh, well, might have a legal role now. It's just a thing. So that's just ordinary waste. Let's look at the food factory. See, this is just mixed waste. Distillery, mixed waste. I suppose clothing industry, that might, no, that just produces mixed waste. Fabric factory, this has got chemicals. This produces this produces polluted water, so it also produces hazardous waste. Based on this conclusion, obviously we haven't checked every single building, that what we've got here is a situation where the primary waste that's produced, and then by primary I mean is that if you just dump it into a dump, you don't sort it or recycle it, is mixed waste and hazardous waste. Let's look in here out of curiosity as well. It's just mixed waste as well. About coal mine. How about coal mine? Wow, coal mine. That's going to be fun. Coal mine produces mixed waste as well. How about these things? These are mixed waste. Yeah, about heating plants. Heating plants, mixed waste. Okay. Actually, let me just curiosity as well. We've got modded clothes production up here. I just want to see, or fabric production. Is this the... So the linen factory, because it doesn't use chemicals, does it? That must be the storehouse. That's the store I was looking at. Sorry about that. How about this here? This is mixed waste. How about this thing here? This would produce bitumen or charcoal. Now, the bitumen plant is here, isn't it? So it looks like the general trend is that if the hospitals, anything to do with chemicals, will produce hazardous waste. Everything else will just produce mixed waste in various quantities as is required. So I think what we'll do now is we're just going to go back to the big town here. Then we're just going to unpause and we're just going to pick up a couple of buildings. University, this is quite a big university, so we'll pick up the university, and we've got 1% in there. We've got, what I'm going to do is just pick a selection of buildings. Pick up the clothing factory. Apologies, the screen's going to look a little bit cluttered. What I'm going to be interested in is just seeing how quickly the interior storage of the factories actually fill up. So we've got a sample of a big block of flats. We've got a clothing factory. We've got the medical university that's got quite a lot of staff in it. And I think what I would like to do is just pick up a small building here as well. And what we're going to do is just let the game run and just see how quickly, in fact, we'll go faster speed. Just see how quickly, wow. See the small one, so this small... So the small flat is just filling up quite slowly. This is, this only holds 0.12 tons of waste. And the large flat with nearly 600 people in is filling up at a phenomenal rate. The hospital, wow. Okay, let me just pause. Yeah, you've got to be a bit careful because you can see that the actual internal storage is only 0.12 tons. You can see this hospital is filling up very quickly. What we got here... Wow, the medical university is already full and it's 136%. And that's literally in minutes. Where the clothing factory, I don't think, oh, I picked the wrong clothing factory. Let me just see. So, conclusions. Small blocks of flats will fill up slowly. And we don't have a lot of time before they actually do fill in. And they fill up with mixed waste. The hospital is filling up reasonably quickly because it's occupied. This one, the big flats here is filled up. The university filled up phenomenally quickly, mainly because it's got it's got lots and lots of people in it. Let's just have a look at the that's a clothing factory too. Let's just look at our fabric factory. I can't export, that it's not running at the moment. Right, what we're going to do is going to come in here I'm going to discard all lot of that because I want to see how quickly the factory builds up. Remember, this is a destructive test, so I'm not affecting the thing. So we'll get rid of you. This is the clothing factory. Right, we're just going to let this run. Quite interesting that the fabric factory's got quite a lot more storage than a block of flats. So there is a proportionality here in the sense that what we've got going is a capability. I mean, what's the production level here? Oops, sorry. It's 50% production. It's not bad, actually. Right, so I'm just going to keep the game paused a little while. I want to go over... I'll go and check the steel mill, although I don't think the steel mill is actually running. Actually, farms don't have waste because there's no staff in them. Don't know why I'm clicking on a field, but let's just have a look at the steel mill. Yeah, see, the steel mill's producing some waste, but of course, again, it's actually shut down. So if we're just going to, oops. Are you sure you want to empty the whole? Okay, empty that. It's just, wow. I can see where the comment came from. The fact that the steel mill going full bore, that will fill up even 64 tons very quickly. And bear in mind, we've only got 90 staff, or 65 staff out of 500. If this was fully staffed, this would fill up at a phenomenal rate. But it doesn't produce any toxic waste, although you can get a breakdown, isn't it? Where is it? Yeah, it is there. Because inside of the mixed waste, we've got metal scrap, biological waste, burnable waste, other waste, and ash. What on earth is ash? I didn't know that existed. Right, let me just go back to... Well, let me just check these guys. These guys are producing a tiny amount of waste. Let me just get back to this building. Again, let's just look at the hospital. So let me just see. Right, the hospital is now full. Now, the hazardous waste contains, let's say, less than 10% metal scrap, less than 20% biological scrap, 20% burnable waste, hazardous waste, and other waste. This is less than 20% and other waste. Okay, so you get percentages based on what is being put through. So this is saying this is mixed waste, but what is the mixed waste like with, say, an apartment block? Other waste 50%, biological waste, burnable waste. So what it's saying is that there's random amounts of stuff inside the waste. I'm not exactly sure what other waste is. I don't know if there's a classification for other waste. I would have thought, unless that is a component within mixed waste. That doesn't make, maybe that's because it doesn't, that just mentions the primary types of waste. Interesting. I think just to finish off this section, I don't want it to be too long because I'm just trying to get my head around what is actually what we got here. Have we got any waste? Can't see any waste here. Oh, a little bit of waste here. This guy's not producing that much waste. How about our chemical factory? Yeah. Although you're not producing chemicals as well. I think this is what's distorting it slightly. How about let this run again. Our oil refinery is producing a little bit of hazardous waste. And this is 50% burnable waste, 25 less than 50% burnable waste, less than 25% hazardous waste, and less than 5% other waste. What maybe we need to break that up a bit. Other waste 5%. So there's that. Based on that assumption, is that there's some waste just disappearing, and that maybe that just remains mixed waste. And this is biological waste and burnable waste. Okay, plastics factory. How are you doing? I mean, to be honest, the plastics factory is going to be probably one of the biggest producers of pollution and toxins around, because not only is it producing lots and lots of hazardous waste, it's also producing lots and lots of very nasty looking water as well. Plastics and chemicals is going to be quite interesting. So I think what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to reload the game in, and we're going to do a few changes first, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, welcome back. What I've done is I've reloaded the game, but I didn't load from the game that actually had waste management enabled, because it suddenly occurred to me is I need to do a little bit of build preparation. So what we're going to do is come into here, settings, and I'm going to turn off realistic mode, disable. So I've now disabled realistic mode, and the reason for that is what I want to do is build this technical office. So I'm going to fund the technical office. And actually, I think what I might do is build another technical office. Do I have another one in this area? What we're going to be doing for this part of the video is just working on this area here. In fact, I'm going to build 2 technical offices. The reason for that is I want to do a little bit of experimentation. And we're going to put another technical office just here. And we're just going to build the U as well. So we've now got 2 technical officers to play with. And what I'm going to do now is we're just going to switch the waste management back on again. Enable waste, put that on, and the game's going to reload again. So here we are, we're back with the waste enabled. And the scenario this time is that this is a new game. I know it's not a new game, but we haven't got the research. So what we've got to work with now is these stands for small garbage containers, stands for small containers, garbage large. And then we've got stand for big garbage containers, small, big stand for garbage containing large. So why have we got 2 versions of this? Let's have a look. That's a road. Oh, well, we can see if we can put them in. We'll start with the small garbage containers. Although technically this building needs a big one, doesn't it? If we can put in... There's not much for... Oh, this is going to be a bit tight, isn't it? How far? Let me just zoom in. The connection distance is only 122 meters. That's a bit tight. Because I would ideally I would have liked to. And it's all done on pathways. Ooh, this is going to be. What's the other one then? Oh, this is footpaths. Okay. Can we? That just covers the school and 1 apartment block. Oh, this looks a bit more promising. I'm not obviously I'm not trying to do this for a major connection. Actually, it's interesting. It's not connecting to the store. It says the store's got staff in it. So, okay. I think what we'll do is we'll just put you in here, just as a sample. Well, that footpath's not connected. Okay. Move you. Except you. That footpath. Oh, it's a bit of a fail, isn't it? What we got here? We got a pub. Okay, let me just. So I've got a feeling we're going to be building a few footpaths. Right, then we'll just put in a wasty guy here. Wow, that's got some decent connections, isn't it? So we got 2 options. We got one with footpaths and one with roads. And if we put you, where can we put you? Now, actually, we got one there. Actually, if I put that there, we get you in there. It's going to be a bit of a tight fit. So we're just going to Well, we're going to build you and you. Where's the one over here? Okay, just keep it on pause because I want to be able to see how things are piling up. So we've got, these are the small ones. These have got small containers in, and as far as I know, these only store mixed waste. I think if you want the recycling thingy, whatever it is, you've got to, I mean, we got this one. Where are you? Can we see the range? Yep, 104. So if we want the bigger one, oh, this, something tells me I'm going to have a headache here. We get a small one in here. That's connected to there. Kind of thinking we need something like that. And that connects to the hospital. Because I've guessed that the hospital needs the hazardous waste. So if we put you in there, and we're just going to build you very quickly. Right, so we got in here. So let's have a look at this one. Right, what have we got here? Now, apologies that I've got to stop and read things because I've got to say, now this just produces things here. Can we? There's no education about waste separation. Only industry buildings can use separation containers. Well, I'm going to put 2 in there just to see, just in case that is actually related. See if we can get some hazardous waste into there, because technically a hospital is an industry building, as it's not a residential building. And what we'll do here, we got now this is going to be fun, isn't it? Because we're going to have to put in a building here. That's a road. Has this got a footpath equivalent? Nope. That's got. So these are both roads, large and small. Does that mean we'd have to put one in here for the fabric factory and one here? I mean, we could put one in for something like that, but actually, does the geothermal? The geothermal has a little bit of. So to do this area, what we'd have to do is put in 2, wouldn't we? We'd have to put a big one there, but that won't connect to there. Oh, that's a shame. Haha. So we'd have to put it in about there, wouldn't we? Well, what I'm going to do is, just for experimentation purposes, we're going to put in 1 there and 1 there. And I know it's inefficient, guys, but I just want to find out what's going on. And I think this one, well, at least 1 garbage container's full. I haven't done anything yet, so is it full in here? We'll put some hazardous waste. What we're going to do is just put in a mixture, just to see something like that, just to see if the game will separate things. And we'll just do exactly the same here. Just going to put in some hazardous waste. So we got storage in there. It says no edification about waste separation. But this is, so is this not an industry building? You are connected, aren't you? So is that not an industry building, but this one is? I've got a feeling there might be a few rough edges on the game at the moment. Right, so we've now put in this kind of collection. Now the question is, what the heck are we going to do with it all? What have we got? Options we got? We got a gravel recycling plant. That's going to be as good as useless. A waste treatment plant. This can deal with, wow. Well, we're not going to do that, guys. A small incinerator that will burn mixed waste. And the only other option we've got is a dump. We're going to dump it. As this has got a workforce, this need a workforce, isn't it? Can I put that there? No. I think maybe I've chosen the wrong city, but I think if I can get you in there, and I know all about the pollution, guys. Oh, yeah, of course, this is an example of the new game mechanic. We're going to put this here. Totally the wrong place, but this is very much destructive testing. And what we're going to do is just build that. And I think what we'll also do is put in a dump. Dump, 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 dump. Right, so what we've got here is we've got a dump claw machine, a dump small. We're going to put in a, and what we're going to do, let's put a dump in up here. So just let the game run. What we're going to do now is we're going to buy some waste trucks. Put this on. Waste truck. We're going to need a load of, we're going to put 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put all small ones in here. Then we'll put a mixture in up over here. Where's the other? Oh, no. I'll put them in the wrong. Oh, no, we'll put a mixture in here then. So, well, actually, no. What we're going to do is I'm going to put the big ones in. 3 big ones in here. And you are going. Where's mixed waste? Does it say mixed waste? Where's it? It doesn't actually say mixed waste. Okay, we just have to build the door. You can go there, and you can go on the incinerator when it's finished. Not finished. Okay, let's speed the game up a bit. Right, these guys are not moving. That because you're not in range of the... Okay, because these are not... Okay, let me just put in... not that one. I'm just going to buy a couple of small ones here. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, so we've got to choose what we're going to put in here. We're going to put the hazardous waste in there. Let's see if these guys will go and collect hazardous waste. No, they won't. Maybe we need to just let it run for a little while. These guys are being very industrious. Okay, so we're burning this. Wow. I can just imagine what the pollution is around here. So we're just gonna... So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this run. Can we have multiples? No, we can only have one or the other. Because we cannot store or export fabric. Let's just force the issue a little bit. Create some pollution. Empty the whole store. Okay. See how it goes now. Right, they've got some hazardous waste there. And I'm hoping eventually these guys will wake up. Electricity problem. Probably got problems all over the map here at the moment. So we're just gonna... So at the moment... This is connected, isn't it? There's no edification for waste separation. Does this mean this doesn't work without that research? Let me just test that. We're going to put in a. Gonna put a. That's building up a little bit of waste. That's okay. Wow. Right, these guys aren't doing much. Okay. Let's just have a look round now. Where did I put my places nearly full? Let's just put in how are you doing? You're 8%. Can we get someone in here? Take the waste from here. Look at that. Yeah, I think if we can get you, we'll put one in here. And see, these guys got no drop off. Right, let me just. Well, they seem to have control of the build of all the areas here. I did get a comment someone was saying about the fact that you only really need one technical officer. Looks like one of these guys has just been out somewhere. So one technical office can cover the whole city. In fact, we got an overlay. We must have an overlay. Fertility waste. Let me just see. We've got 45% in there. 9%. 8%. 30% in there. 79% over here. But then that could be misleading because 79% of 0.1 tons isn't that much. Okay, I think from a perspective of moving stuff onto this map, what I can gather now is the fact that you only really need one technical officer that can cover a fairly large area. In fact, let's just see if we can prove that. Just come up here. I think I've got a technical office here. Where is it? Oh, in station. Actually, no. Let's go really big. What we're going to do is, I think I've put a technical office in around here somewhere. It was scheduled to be built. There's one there. I think there's one here, isn't there? Okay. We're going to build you. Right, so we built that. That covers this area. This whole area is full of trash. See how quickly these guys can clear it up. We're going to burn it. So what we're going to do is come in here. Where's the incinerator? Small incinerator. We'll shove you just there. I know it's going to cause pollution. I'm very much aware, but this is just testing the destruction. And we're just going to buy in a whole load of what we got here. Oh, this is rubles. Although these are dollars, aren't they? Okay. Got here 8 tons. Bought by capacity. That's water, sewage, garbage. I've not seen any small ones though. Maybe we'll stick with what we know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're just going to quickly build the here. Come here. Okay. Right, and we're just going to follow one of these guys around. Oh, he needs a gas station. Haha. Right, we tip 2 there. These definitely need gas in the technical stations. Otherwise, they're just going to waste too much time running around the map because they're all coming over here to get to the gas station. Okay. See where he's going. He's just going to do one trip. Seems to be just insisting on doing one trip at the moment. Is not good. Don't think I can get auto purchase on. Purchase resources with rubles. Let's put some auto purchase in there. Where's he going now? Going to the university. Picked up a reasonable amount of the stuff there. Oh, it looks like he's going for a second stop off now. So he's going into there. He's picking up some more trash there. Of course, the hospital. Are you storing hazardous waste? Maybe when we first start out, trying to integrate waste into an established city, we need multiple technical officers to cover it. So we've got somebody here at 199%. So technically 8 will not be enough to clear the initial garbage load from setup, but eventually once it's working, we could scale that back a bit. We got a little bit of garbage over there. And I realize this video is going on a little bit longer than it should do because I'm getting quite wrapped up in this idea of garbage collection or waste collection. It's all good stuff. Right, let me just see what's the two offices here are keeping this pretty well under control. Let me just see, the hazardous waste is under control as well. How's the situation up here? This is 0% because it's not producing any clothes because it can't export. This has got things under control. So this is sorting out the different loads. But at the moment, I'm assuming everything is being shipped to the incinerator. So the incinerator basically takes everything based on what it actually gets, because it says mixed waste here, but I'm assuming that, and if any of you guys can confirm this, I'm assuming that what we've actually got here is a bit there, but it says big export. So we actually need to export the garbage waste. We can't recycle this back into, as you can see, this is 50% ash, but it's got some metal mixed in with it. So then that would have to be processed. Right, I think just to finish this up, we've got this dump here, haven't we? Okay, we're just going to put you on to mixed waste. I'm going to put a distribution office in. I'm going to build it very quickly. Build a distribution office. Wide research. Well, we got a free distribution office, haven't we? Where is it? It's in here, isn't it? The hidden one. So we'll put a distribution office there. Build that. And now the question is, these have got big containers. So if we buy show all waste truck, oops, no, I want you. We're buy a rubles waste truck. So just buy you. And if you pick up from there, and you pick up bit here, mixed waste, and if you take it to there, will that work? So this guy will pick up here, but you can see the queues building up here, so we're obviously going to need a drop-off point. These guys are dropping off. This guy's picked up. He's picked up the mixed waste, and what we're going to do. Okay, it's dropped off here. Ah, so these guys will dump mixed waste here because I've turned it to mixed waste. So they're now mixing between. Wow, that's going to fill up quick, isn't it? I mean, could I reverse this then? Say, for example, I say unload mixed waste there, load mixed waste here. If I reverse that and then pick up this guy, there, tell you to drop off everything there. Right, so we're just going to follow this guy in. Yeah, that would be the better option, wouldn't it? To send everything to one of these and then that can either be sorted or something like that, and then that can then be delivered to an incinerator. Anyway, guys, I know I promised that I'd do the third one, but I think I need to think a little bit about what happens when we've got all the available buildings. We'll do that as a separate video, but this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. Any suggestions or observations of what you think I've missed, feel free to chuck it in the comments. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.